but it seems like so long ago now, you know.
It is unknown how this stack of letters and pictures from a 19-year-old soldier ended up in this home on Liberty Road in Slocum.
I'm sorry I haven't written you.
But when Monica LaPointe found them among her late aunt's belongings, she couldn't let go of Sergeant Steve Kilgore.
The more you read, the more you got caught up in this story.
Stories from Vietnam that make you smile.
I want you to hang on to them in case I change my mind.
And cry.
Dad, I'm trying my best to become a man, and I'm finding it hard as hell to realize my teenage days are over. You know, they were just gut-wrenching, and there was no way I could throw these away.
So she teamed up with a friend, also drawn in by Sergeant Kilgore's words.
But I've got someone on my side.
And I tried calling the phone number, and it had been disconnected.
There were, hundreds of Steve Kilgores all over the United States.
And so I started looking on the internet.
I was trying to tell everybody the story.
The break came from a tax bill that brought Beverly right to Stephen's front door. So 40 years after he left the battles behind,
I never talk about Vietnam.
She delivered.
And I said, "Are you Steve Kilgore?" And he said, "Yes." And I said, "Was your father Charles E. Kilgore?" And he said, "Yes."
On top of the stack was this picture of Stephen's best friend, who he mentioned to his wife only hours before the letters were returned.
I told my wife, I said, I don't even have a picture of this kid. And I've been his best friends with since 5 years old.
Buried in the pages was a letter about his worst day in Vietnam.
I lost 2 good friends that day. Those are heroes. Those are 2 good. We've been together since day one. I miss you all something terrible.
So painful, he stopped reading after only 4 letters.
Eventually, I think I will read them all, but it takes me right back. Something I kind of put aside, you know.
But his 4 sisters, his 2 new sisters, read every word and came to a few conclusions about Steve Kilgore, the brave 19-year-old, and Steve Kilgore, the veteran.
I would tell him that he is just a very brave and strong man.
All my love, Steve. P.S. Keep praying. That's pretty cool, huh? 19 years old.
Such a strong person. I mean, compared to, what everything else is around him, I don't know how he could have done it. Unbelievable.
There's nothing good about it. And if you can get some kind of closure out of it, even 40 years later, it's a good thing. And that's what's happened to me.
He admits he hasn't quite figured out how Vietnam fits into his life, but he expects these letters from the past will help him in the future. Walt Buteau, Eyewitness News.